very depressing.
Absolutely. Now we're loading in, of course, into our first game here of West Point versus Hell Pigs. Nothing to play for but Pride, of course.
Yeah.
But Pride is certainly something you want to play for. You don't want to end the season with a fat 0 under your W column.
Yeah.
And so it's up to West Point to prove to us that they can and have what it takes to be able to get across the line. Because honestly, we've seen so many times this team come so close up against teams that are well above them in the standings, but not be able to quite get it done.
Our first ASOL game?
It sure is.
Yeah. See how this goes. Shengbai with, yeah, as you said, like a bunch of unique picks. He's got a Cassidy game in. I don't think anyone's...
Two Cassidy games in.
Yeah. Against CFO, I think it was.
It was.
And considering, in hindsight, how strong CFO are now, you know, they didn't do too badly with the Cassidy.
Definitely didn't. Now, Relia, I mean, we're already seeing that this is not RJ's Udyr.
Yeah.
For sure, you find a bit of a trade onto...
Yeah, how dare Cosma start on this side of the map?
Yeah, that's criminal. But honestly, I don't think you really care that much. As long as your jungler's not disturbed. Obviously, last time we saw the Udyr, it was RJ who literally... And I'm not exaggerating with this. Won 3 lanes all at once.
Yeah, and the jungle.
And the jungle. Yeah, it was absurd. Chunked out Pretenders Azir
chunked out is
about
an
100.
Understatement, yeah.
About 100 HP was left.
He nearly killed him, just level 1.
And then his own lane as well.
Yeah, then
walks into the jungle, level 3, finds a kill, and then teleports bot to save bot lane. So
yeah, just first 5 minutes belonged to Aja on the Udyr. And yeah, we haven't really seen anyone use the Udyr that successfully. Hellpigs have a win with it. That, you know, did come off a strong performance. Oh, not Hellpigs, sorry, West Point. A strong performance from Relia. He actually ended up backdooring to end that game.
Against Hellpigs, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, it might have been J-Team.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I'm not sure. It was against an Aatrox anyway.
That does sound like Lakai.
Yeah.
Oh. The classic Tristana.
Mess up your own CS. Yeah. So actually a D-Blade start for Cheng. I think people have started doing this a bit more, as maybe the D-Ring start was a little bit overrated. You're a lot weaker in these early fights with a D-Ring. Versus the D-Blade, and you kind of get to the point where you're one-shotting the wave anyway.
Yeah.
With the D-Blade. Especially if you can squeeze some backs in at some point and pick up some more AD. I do still expect him to put 3 points in W.
You'll see, level 3 of course just has a point in each skill so far, but
yeah,
as those levels come through, we'll be able to see what he chooses to do. This bot side crab will belong to Renye, and should feel pretty happy picking that one up.
Yeah, Cosmo will be able to trade back the top side crab.
Yeah, Shingmai helping to secure it. Shingmai doing fine in the mid lane thus far, up against the Hui.
Yeah, maybe this will be the Hui counter. We're still yet to find something to really punish these blind pick Huis. We saw some Syndra.
Yeah, Gory's Yone while in lane suffered. Found a lot of success side laning.
Yeah. I think that is just Gory being very good on the champion though.
Yeah, definitely plays a part, doesn't it?
Yeah, it didn't really feel like a matchup thing, but...
So Shingpai shoving out lane into that first recall, picks up the blasting one, so most likely will be the Rod of Ages on the Aurelion Soul this game.
Yeah, top going about as expected. Udyr permanent priority and, you know, chunking out the Cassante every time he has his upgraded ult or R Phoenix stance going. Surprisingly uneventful early game, considering we've got, you know, Nautilus, Vi, Rakan, some strong early game champs.
All right, question.
Go on.
Now that we've seen the top 4 teams play one time, right, in the contenders group.
Yeah.
I asked you this before we saw them play. I haven't asked you it since.
Yeah.
Do you still believe it's going to be CFO and Frank taking out top 2?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually do. Yeah. I know. It's easy to doubt Frank. They just got owned by PSG. As actually, Cha might go down
finally
here.
break out. A lot of damage coming through, but it's going to be ultimately Praise who picks up 1 kill, picks up a reset. Nully going to have to flash away. Through will come that Descend the Skies. They aren't able to find the kill just yet, but with lethal tempo proccing and through will come the slow. It should be another one, and Xingbai is going to find himself a kill too. And so they lose the Dragon, but the Dragon did not lose the fight. Xingbai picks himself up an early kill on the Aurelion Sol.
Yeah, got to be happy with that. A kill onto Tristana too. Cha goes down super early in this fight. Hooks the wall and gets caught by the Rakan knock-up into the Vi knock-up. And then nice jump in from Prage here, realizing once Nully's used all his spells, he's not under any danger. Gets another slow off. Nice dodge from Nully here, but not enough to get him out, sadly. As, yeah, his flash was already down, so nice follow-up by Xingbai.
If this game gets late enough, which it probably will, by the way, we're going to have the quest.
Oh, the quest, right.
Quest.
I forgot that. Yeah, there's an Asol versus Smolder quest.
Yep.
Where, do they both stop gaining the effect of their stacks? And they just, all the stacks...
No,
all the stacks go in a pool? No?
Yeah, you still get your stacks. But what
you
happens,
lose them if the other guy wins?
No, you get your stacks, but what happens is each stack that Aurelion Sol gets and each stack that Cheng9 will get on the Smolder goes into a pool, and whoever gets a kill or an assist, whatever, a takedown on the other one will be getting all of those stacks. As we are having a fight here, Kazma looking for Nully, and we'll be able to find him. It's another kill here. Nully, no flash, of course. Super vulnerable up against the Vi.
Yeah, nothing but a flash and a tier. No flash and just like a tier on this. He goes down very easily to the Vi. Yeah, not sure what he could really do apart from not be there. And yeah, we'll see if we get... Do you know what what procs the
I think it's
the quest?
Level. I think it might be level. It might even be level 16 on both champs, which, oftentimes we don't reach because AD carries are often very far behind.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. I can't remember what procs it.
Yeah, it might be a quick game, though, by the look of things. Hellpig's off to a really strong start. There is the Dragon on the side of West Point, which will slow the game down a bit, but...
Yeah, there's 2 Dragons on the side of West Point. It's a shame that Prage didn't go Dragon Trainer Tristana. We could have had 4.
Would have made a lot of sense this game with 2 Dragons already picked up.
You maybe just losing out on that skin game a little bit, but that, happens. Certainly not losing the game as things stand, up 1-0-1.
Yeah.
Nearly at his Kraken Slayer. Of course, Cheng9 not doing so bad for himself, at least. He's close to his Essence Reaver.
He's level 6 as well.
Keeping up his farm. We always, every time we hover over it, we'll try and keep tabs on those stacks and, see if he can aim for a similar evolution time to that of Cascada and Betty.
Yeah, Renier's stealing this blue. Kazma is going to get here in time. No ult on him, though. So it's just going to be a blue buff going over to Renier. So Kazma's ult is going to come up again before Nully gets his flash back. We'll see if West Point can protect him, as I imagine Kazma's just going to go straight back to mid.
I see you. He's feeling confident in this 1v1, and it's looking pretty good. He doesn't land that Q, though, and with that... Won't be able to find anything more, but bot lane Char9's awfully low. Through will come Mum as Cheng9 now with it all to do. Char is going to go down. Kazma in the waiting wings. Ching's still trying to look for the flat, but he does get knocked up. He's still looking for it. He finds one. Is he going to be able to find another? Kazma's in the area. Oh my God, Arding will survive.
Yeah, gets a level up there, so it looks like he doesn't take any damage, but might have actually gone down to the Q of the Smolder.
Cheng9, though, doing good.
Yeah.
To trade that back. It was a 2-1-2 Tristana that he's able to take down as well. So
yeah, he's got his Essence Reaver now, matching the Kraken Slayer on the Tristana. And it was actually Rylai's for Asol. So I think it's Rakan probably hitting 6 that just... No, he's not even 6 on the Rakan yet. He does get level 6 later. But yeah, they just make quick work of Cha, and Smolder just not much damage at this point in the game. lands his ult, lands a W here, and I think that's what... Yeah, he decides he can go in here. He actually greeds his flash here, doesn't use it to get past Arding, but does end up using it to just finish off the kill onto Prage. And almost picks up Arding, but not quite. Maybe a couple more crits and he can get, you know, the 2 for 2 there.
Very, very close it was. Char9 is looking here for Prage. No sums available. And a Nautilus ult that can come out, but chooses not to, instead turning attention towards this dragon. It would be the second of the game were they to find it, and Xingbai getting chunked out before it starts means it's a lot easier. Kazma is coming down. In fact, Char9 is just going to look from immediately. Can he get off that vault? Season assist, he does, but it's not going to be much use as Ching9 picks himself up a shutdown, and he's now firmly on the board. 2-1 now is the Smolder.
Yeah, Relia didn't TP. He just walked down here with all his prio. He TP's back up to the top lane, and is going to get at least 1 plate here. Wave isn't crashing, but I think he will still just get the plate. Nice pick by West Point. Finding Kuzma, no ulti, no chance to really flash either. Once you've been Nautilus hooked, there's nothing left to, you know, use your flash for. I don't think he has Demolish. Does he? He must do. I just don't see the Demolish.
I don't think he does. He probably has Shield Bash.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I think in this matchup we've seen a lot of Udyrs take the Demolish though, because you can kind of proc it in the Cassante's face.
Yeah.
Very ahead on the Udyr for now. That's the Iceborne Gauntlet finished. And he's not going to go for Leandries.
Ching9 is aware of the danger present.
Yeah.
As West Point are going to pick up 6 uncontested Void Grubs.
Yeah. Objectives for the most part just going entirely in the way of West Point.
Yeah, HPS not really setting up for them as well as you'd like when you have such a lead. But as more and more objectives are found and time goes on, it's actually West Point bringing back the gold a little. Gonna have to look for some more synergy between Kazma, Xingbai, and Prage, especially, who have the vast majority of the gold here for HPS and the damage to go with.
Yeah, and I can't really tell who's outscaling in this game. I don't think we've seen enough ASOL, but he is a very strong scaler. Smolder, obviously, but Tristan is no slouch.
And there is lockdown, a lot of lockdown for the Smolder.
Yeah. Yeah. And Udyr sucks.
Udyr into Aurelion Sol, by the way, seems like the most miserable time.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be farming just a lot of stacks off of the Udyr, honestly. Xingbai is, though, a very obvious target for these Nautilus ults. So he might have a hard time this game. Reasonable amount of long-range follow-up on the Nautilus ult as well.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's why it's important now that Prage is actually strong. Because it means if you use Nautilus ult on Aurelion Sol, what do you have for Tristana? There really isn't a whole lot.
No, not at all.
Char with a lot to do to prevent damage coming out. I mean, Char and Relia, I suppose. Relia will just be that brick wall. Now, Rift Herald live, and West Point again pulling the trigger on that one. But I'm not sure that HPS is so willing to give this one over.
Yeah,
he doesn't have teleport. He is running up, but is he going to be able to make it in time? Half HP now is this Rift Shield. Xingbai has the upgraded Aurelion Sol ult, has the Rylai's, so quite strong at the current given time. This Rift Shield is going to be going over though, and HPS once again just bleeding objective after objective despite actually being ahead in terms of gold.
Yeah, and importantly, not pushing any lanes or really doing anything while that Rift Herald is being taken. They're just sitting around watching them take it and don't look for an engage.
Yeah, I think honestly you are able to give over these objectives because you have such solid team fight and also scaling. Yeah. But you have to be doing something to get gold while you're giving them.
Yeah, otherwise you're not even really scaling.
Yeah.
You're kind of putting the game on pause to watch the enemy team take objectives.
Yeah, which is definitely not what you want. Now 96 stacks is what Ching9 currently is sitting at. Quite slow, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, not exactly accelerated, but
obviously speeds up considerably once you do
hit the
reach
125.
125, but I don't think it's going to speed up to the point where you are reaching the likes of the stacks that Cascada found or Betty found. So
Yeah.
definitely is behind. No argument about that.
Yeah, it does seem like he gets a lot less stacks in the bot lane. A lot stronger lanes tend to be put together, especially if you're blind picking for bot lane. And I think they blind picked both champions in their bot lane.
Absolutely did. Now, I mean, what do you really want to achieve as Helpix, I suppose? You are up gold, and you do want to just scale, but you're on a massive time.
Yeah.
I mean, Rift Shield now placed down. There's 15 seconds until this dragon spawns, and you do not want to give over the third dragon, because that pretty much ruins macro for the rest of the game. It makes the game so difficult to play as Prage
loses half his health.
half his HP already. Doesn't even have any of those refillables left, sorry. He just used the last of it. ICU's waiting up on the top side, and Xingbai has joined the rest of the team. Prage is going to be so
still
careful.
has that upgraded ultimate.
Yeah, hasn't used it. Obviously, a massive team fighting ult is the Aurelion Sol ult, particularly when it's upgraded. Now, Dragon already started down to 6k HP, and Aurelion trying to guard the side of Helpix from getting there. Rooted up will be ICU, and this Dragon's already going to be going down. It's taken. Fight comes out, and through will come this Smolder ult, but so does the Aurelion Sol ult as Prage picks up the first kill, at least, of the fight. All out coming through, unstoppable will go Renier as he uses that Heartbreaker. Aurelion won't find the damage. Double kill now for Prage. He's going to get another reset. What will he find with it? Renier, he's going to get that transform, looking for even more, but won't be able to find it. And despite the team fight win yet again for Helpix, it's now a third Dragon and one off Soul for West Point.
Yeah, and it looked like a good start to the team fight for West Point. Hooking on to Kuzma, but they're able to turn it around with a really nice Smolder ulti, hitting just about every member of Helpix. Wait.
What did you just say?
I got confused. I got confused this fight. I don't even know who won this fight.
It was Helpix.
So it was a hook onto Kuzma into a 3-man knockup by Kuzma. So the fight looks good. But you see, as you were saying before, Udyr into Asol. Asol kind of just stands there and kills him. Prage cleans him up. And, I mean, it's a slightly winning fight for Helpix.
Yeah, but the most important thing, of course, is...
Yeah, they're just too late to show up.
Yeah, you lost the Dragon yet again. And oftentimes when we see that, it's because you're against a Maokai. You're against a Viego. Yes, there's an Udyr in your way, but honestly, is he really that threatening? Probably not.
No, and... Yeah, I kind of want to see Kuzma just get a bit more aggressive. We did say it would be hard to play as the first engage on the buy. You know, you'd rather be following up, but sometimes you just have to run in and ult. He did just end up dying anyway, and you'd rather engage on your terms rather than engage by getting Nautilus hooked, which is what ended up happening, and they won the fight anyway, without Vi ulting or doing really a point of damage that fight.
Yeah, awfully close now to the Leandries will be Xingbai, and I think that is a critical item spike. Of course, they'll be looking for Navori as well for Prage on the Tristana. Look to see that finished before anything really happens.
Yeah, so
curiously,
they're strong.
Nully's gone for a Zonya's second.
Just against Vi.
Yeah, I know, but was Vi really wanting to ult the way? I mean, maybe, but probably the Smolder.
Yeah, it does kind of screw over your Smolder a little bit, right? Because now he is definitely just getting ulted every fight. Whereas if you both build damage, the Vi kind of has to make a choice with who to ult, and the other one is going to be putting out a bunch of damage. Now it's just very obvious to ult the Smolder as he's on 150 stacks. Still a little behind where we've seen Betty and Cascada at this point.
Of course.
But he will probably be getting there this game, considering his team has 3 dragons as well.
Baron spawning, incredibly fast Baron for Helpix, by the way. Aurelion Sol destroys that objective. Might be even looking for a fight here, Renier. Oh, Char! I don't know if you want that. I don't think you do. Finds himself in the middle of the enemy team. Locker's going to be used to keep himself alive, but nothing really was used for Hellpigs, and they just got almost all of Char's health bar.
Yeah.
Renier now being looked at. He does go unstoppable, but he's going to be followed. Grand entrance lands. Ching9 trying to find some return damage, but it's Prage coming out better off in that trade.
Yeah, Prage doing so much damage at this point in the game. Almost kills Char, almost kills Cheng, and does take out Renier. And I think that's mostly Tristana damage.
Relia coming to join his team while ICU's able to just stay alone in this bot side. Going to recall, not going to look for that tower, but a little bit curious, but
we'll just go down.
It will, but you lose the local gold, which always feels horrible.
Yeah, I don't think Udyr would have really had kill pressure on him, but maybe more members coming down. I see you doing pretty well for himself. We've seen Cassante struggle in this matchup a lot more than he has been.
Yeah, absolutely. And it isn't going to be that Leandri's Udyr as well.
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier, but it is just the tankier Udyr build. Do I like it? Actually, probably not. I think your tankiness against Aurelion Sol is completely negated, especially when you have only got armor. And so I think maybe having a little bit of extra damage to actually pressure Aurelion Sol to move around might feel a little better, but we'll see if he can make it work. As Dragon number 4 is spawning West Point, they're going to want the inner track to it, and they have it. But there is no way Hellpigs do not pull the trigger again, because this is the Dragon Soul. The Mountain Soul can change the course of the game entirely. And when you're this far ahead...
Yeah, Kuzma has a decent flank here, so West Point are just off it. And as West Point, you can just kind of give this without caring all that much.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't find a good fight, you don't find a good fight.
Yeah, I'm not going to look for it. It will just be Hellpigs.
Yeah, this Tristana is maybe a little too strong at this point to fight into.
Yeah, maybe at this stage you just want Ching9 to reach his stacks. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe you give this Dragon, hopefully he has them by next.
Oh, Prage jumping
Prage,
in.
Though, he's not giving Ching9 the leisure of walking up to a minion wave.
Yeah, not scared at all to jump in there. Nully grabbing a tower on the side lane, though.
Oh, hold up. Kuzma going to go unstoppable to get himself away from that tower. Through will come the Sky's Descent. It's a big ult, but it's not a whole lot of damage. All out comes through, and this Udyr is escaping with his life. Yeah, Ignite will not tick down and take him out. No one going down in that exchange. A lot of ults were burnt. Flashes also were used. Kuzma no longer having his, and Renier meeting the same fate.
Hellpig's trying to punish Nuli for being in the side lane there without his TP. They don't quite get any kills, and Relia's TP'd in and managed to just barely get out. They did use the empowered Aurelion Sol ult as well.
They did, yeah.
So they might be missing that for a bit. I don't think West Point are in a position to force anything or siege anything off of that, but it does give them time to farm up on the Smolder. So Kuzma zones off Cheng here, but doesn't end up
lands on
bolting him. And yeah, I thought Relia was going down for sure here, but just gets out. Not going down to that last tick of Ignite.
Zonya's now completed for Nuli. Very curious, I think.
Yeah, I don't love the Zonyas either.
No, I hate it.
Kind of hangs
You
Cheng
also
out
lose
to dry.
so much damage.
Yeah.
And Vision Horizon Focus grants too. Can't be understated how important that can be at times.
Yeah, especially when it feels like the win con is Cheng getting there on the Smolder. You make it just
227. He's at stacks.
You're so incentivized to just ult, as he's got his upgrade now, and he's catching up to where he needs to be.
Doing all that much to ICU at least, but we don't really expect him to be.
Yeah, not yet anyway. Once he gets his rapid fire, his LDR.
He won't go for LDR.
No?
No, Smolder does mixed damage. No point. Rally though going to get engaged on, and Arding finds his way to the backline. Nuli and Cheng, they're in danger. Through will come Cheng with his mom, and ICU going to get that all out through. It's going to be Xingbai though who picks up the first kill. That's going to be over to Char. They're all going down now as Xingbai runs through this team fight. Ching9 trying to find one. Won't be able to. Renier now Very, very low health on Xingbai's Aurelian Soul, but ultimately won't be able to find his way to him. Now, Baron on the cards, perhaps.
They're very low.
They are very low. Renier is still up and available and teleport for Nully, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to do so. Xingbai, if he's able to use this Q, which he will be now, this Baron's going to be able to melt. Or maybe too low to actually stand there and willingly hit it.
Yeah, Renier doesn't feel like he can contest this. It is very hard. Prey just very strong on the Tristana, and they have a lot of lockdown. So these fights in these chokes are usually very scary against Smolder, but on your side, you've got an Asol who lands his ulti onto Nully there. Gets his Zhonya's off, but once he comes out of Zhonya's, he's still just in the middle of the enemy team. So many confident jumps forward from Prage in these fights too, and Cheng just going down. And yeah, Renier not able to trade a kill back there.
Now, I mean, Xingbai 404, 5,500 damage, but it was Cheng 9 who did the most in that fight.
So strong in a choke, the Smolder. Every ability becomes really easy to land, and you can hit it on multiple targets. Yeah, just maybe a bit of mispositioning by West Point. They do lose the Baron for it. They do have 3 dragons on West Point, though. You know,
they do.
Always going to feel like a massive advantage.
But I don't think they'll be fighting this one.
Yeah, they are in position for it. It's up in 20 seconds.
Yeah, Sky's Descent available, though, and the major cooldowns that missing are Prage's Summoners, but on the other side, you're also missing Cheng 9's Flash, Nully's Flash. Both your carries without Flash feels very scary to ever look for a fight up against this Aurelian Soul.
Yeah, I don't think you can test this. Level 16 Asol with his upgraded ulti. He's actually 2 levels up on Nully.
Oh, the skies will be descending, and Chard is absolutely gone. Arding's found his way also onto Relia. Xingbai now flowing through the skies. Everyone is just dogpiling this Udyr. And they will be able to take him down nice and quickly. It's a 2 for 0. Dragon was secured there as Halpigs. They're continuing on. ICU's located. Renier is going to force out that Flash and that Heartsbreaker.
Yeah, Renier manages to get out there. I'm surprised he didn't go for the steal. Even if you lose your jungler there, you know, you're at most losing an inhib. They do have Baron on the enemy team, but if you can get the soul, that's a big deal, and it also gives you a chance to just get to the Elder and have a chance to flip it from so far behind.
Certainly is something to think about, and they still have time, though. There is still another 2 dragons that Halpigs would need to secure, only 1 for themselves, and if any mistake comes out from Halpigs, which we did see in their series on Friday when it came to the Dragon Souls.
Yeah.
And so playing for that might not feel too bad. You are going to continuously get more and more power into Smolder. Of course, the flip side, this Aurelian Soul is not getting any weaker. But
yeah, I think we might get to the quest this game by the look of it.
Yeah, seems like we will. I'm pretty sure they're active in competitive games. I think there was something come out recently that said they are.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Or maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe it was just a fever dream.
We've seen Smolder take over team fights.
We have. Absolutely we have. And especially this next one where Flash and Ghost will be available for him. It's going to be a lot easier.
Yeah, he is very low on XP, though.
Level 13.
He is keeping up in items with everyone but Xingbai, really. And even Shengbai's just got Mage Eyes, which is a very cheap item.
Yeah, but that's a good sign for West Point. Everyone knows that that is the most cursed purchase one AP champion can make.
Yeah, very ambitious. No Zhonya's on him to be going for the Mage Eyes. It's really easy to get KP, especially when you've got the upgraded ult on Asol.
Oh yeah, you just hit everyone. I mean, we're at the point now where we're hiding in a bush, trying to find Xingbai, but Xingbai is level 17. The next highest on the other team is Nully at level 15. There's a 2-level discrepancy between Xingbai and the entirety of the West Point side.
Yeah.
And obviously, while levels aren't everything, just having so much extra base stats. Look at Ralia. This is your tank.
Oh.
He has to... Oh! Xingbai gets a little bit too far forward. He's going to have to use that ultimate. Through will come Ching's as well, and he's kiting pretty well. But it might not be well enough, as it's going to be Ralia who goes down first, and Xingbai, despite getting awfully ambitious, is able to return to this fight and find himself one. Kazma now being looked at as Ching still has this ghost activated. Is going to have to turn around, though, and protect his base. As Renye now looking for Kazma, maybe able to find something. It's actually Kazma getting the better of that trade, and all of a sudden, HPS are just dogpiling into this base of West Point. Nice CC from Nuli, but it's going to be that all-out coming through here from ICU, and Nuli is in no man's land. He's in the middle of 5 very, very angry pigs, and they are going to be able to take him down.
Cheng pretty close to picking off a couple kills there. He is very strong at this point in the game, but this A-Soul is massive, this Tristana is massive, and, you know, there's no threat on West Point from any of the other members but Cheng to really help him out in these fights. Renye not able to really get anything done. Again, just has to ult out of the fight. It's going to be LDR for
you're
Cheng.
right.
It's deceptive, the magic damage on Smolder. You actually end up only doing, with builds like these, you only end up doing about 10% of your damage as magic damage. So I think the LDR is a very good purchase still.
Yeah, but a lot of it's true damage is more the point.
Yeah, there is
you have the magic and true
damage. As West Point looking like they want to scrap for this dragon.
Yeah,
maybe.
Ralia, you're going to have to pop that bear stance, but he's not going to, and a massive Aurelian solo will be coming out. Arting's found his way onto the back line, but he's going to get executed. Cheng being able to pick himself up one, but now there's 3 members all running at him. Execute, will it come through? No, it's not going to be able to, and Renye is all that stands between HPS and being able to pick up game number 1. 5-22 was the kill score, a 14k gold lead at the end, but by God, did West Point make it hard with those objectives.
Yeah, West Point gave it their all. They kind of showed up for every dragon fight, but just couldn't quite find the 4th one. And meanwhile, HPS were just picking up a bunch of kills at every fight, winning the fights but losing the objectives, and then, yeah, they